Alright, what I want to share with you guys today is I got a fairly decent amount of time to test drive this vehicle, and I'm lacking wheel speed. That's just the bottom line. I'm lacking wheel speed. I've went with a more of a rubberized tire, if you want to call it that, but everything being the same, considering that this was the original tire that was for the drivetrain of this vehicle. Let's back this up so that way you can see. I mean, you can see that clearly a large difference. So given the fact that, let's just say for example, this wheel and this wheel are both spinning 100 RPM, which one makes the vehicle spin faster? I mean, go faster. It would be this one. This one will make the vehicle go faster, right? Despite them spinning the same RPM. Right? If you take a little screwdriver and spin it 100 RPM, you're definitely going to be even slower than this tire, right? So sometimes it's hard to grasp those kinds of concepts for people like my grandmother, but she laughed and laughed and laughed her ass off when I tried to explain this to her, but it is what it is. Some people will never understand it. So bigger tires make your vehicle go faster. So that being said, I'm lacking wheel speed. The car is handling quite nicely now with these rubberized tires on here. Bring it in closer, I guess. They're stickier, I say that loosely, than these, which were the drift tires I was going to put on there. You can see these have been fairly well used, but they don't quite work out well. I got something cut in there from the test drive. How about that? Live on camera. So I've come up with a solution because of the way this drivetrain works on the HBX product. Here's a front portion of it right here. I'm always having to mess with the brightness on this thing. Now focus. Come on. You don't want to focus. Alright, got a mind of your own. You're evidently smarter than I am. So here's the front portion of it. Now this front portion links to the rear half, which you cannot see. And it's already driven by the reduction gear. You get the motor, the reduction gear, and then there's a small pinion gear that attaches to the ring gear or makes the ring gear rotate. But anyway, long story short, what I'm thinking about doing is shortening that up. Fucking cameras, holy shit. And joining that somewhere in that area. Not this particular one, but the one that's already in the vehicle. Then rotating it 180 degrees. So basically the motor's in the back. Right, and it's more of a direct drive. So if we turn this little shaft right here, right, we see that the wheels rotate. And I did lock this shaft too. I did have to cut these cups in half on the one that's on the car here. I removed literally half of this material that you see that's left here in order to get the wheels to semi-tuck up in there. So I need more wheel speed, and I think this is the way it's going to do it. It's not going to be torquey, and building a drift car, torque is not really a concern. It's wheel speed. Being able to maintain that wheel speed and control your drift with a combination of throttle and steering. So I think that's an option. And I will personally do that with something like this. This is a coupling, brass coupling. I don't know what size this one is. This may or may not work. I don't know. Here, I'll try it on this one. Looks like it'll work for there, but I'm not sure if it's the same shaft diameter as that guy right there. I mean, it looks like it would. So that might be a good option. I don't know what. Doesn't feel like it. There's too much slop there. That might be worthwhile. But so Project Drift Car is not 100% done, even though I was almost ready to consider it done. I am happy with the way it drives, but this is more for with the speed that it does. This is probably more for like a 10-year-old or less. So we got to get that, make it happen, right? Got to get some wheel speed in there. The only other option would be to go brushless. I'm not interested in going brushless just yet when there's other means to make it happen. With brushless being the key word here, I do have a little tiny brushless motor here. That's almost half the size. That would probably work for a direct drive. This gear here came off of, I forget, some sort of WL Toys, a 1/28 scale vehicle anyway. That gear, it just happens to slide on this particular motor perfectly. Made in China. Everything made in China, including virus. Virus we make in China. Everybody like China. You get good price for China. Yeah, so I got a bunch of Chinese shit. You probably got a bunch of Chinese shit, but so I'm trying to use up everything that I can, and I'm definitely going to make a very strong effort at buying from some other country because this is absolutely ridiculous. But I'm getting off subject now. So, all right, have a good day.